right, so we're going to multiply 6x minus 6 times the quantity 3x to the 7th. Oh, no, second. Plus 5x. I'm watching you guys. I know you're like enthralled with my teaching, but be sure to write this down. All right, so first semester students know how I get down when it comes to multiplying these polynomials. But some of you may not know this. I want you guys to write this box like this. It's a 3 by 2 grid. So some of you will probably learn FOIL, which is first, outer, inner, last. Well, the grid, the Adams grid, is the same thing. What I like about the grid is that I won't miss a term, right? So what I normally do is I'm going to put my 6x here and my negative 6 here, and then I'm going to write this one right here up top here. 3x squared plus 5x, that's a horrible x, plus 7. And so when we write the grid out, what I do is I just have to multiply the row by the column and then put the answer in the corresponding place. So like this one here is going to be this times this, all right? So remember, when you multiply monomials, you do the numbers first. So 6 times 3 is 18. And then I have 1x times x squared. So what's that? What is x times x squared? Well, remember that x to the first power times x squared should be, well, let's think about it like this. This is x times x squared. Isn't x squared the same as x times x? So then how many times am I multiplying x by itself? 3 times, right? So that becomes x to the third power. Let's do the next one. What is 6? What is 6 times 5? Positive 30. So I write down the plus sign. You'll see why in a second. What is x times x? X squared. I heard somebody whisper it. All right. So now the next one, I'm going to multiply 6x times 7. What's 6 times 7? Positive 42. And then we just can't forget about that x. We just tack that on. All right. Next row, negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. We tack on the x squared. Negative 6 times positive 5x is still a negative 30x. Okay. And then negative 6 times positive 7 is a negative 42. So then I write out all the terms. I'm going to say 18x cubed plus 30x squared. Now, in general, the diagonals are like terms. So I want to kind of group my x squareds with x squareds. And then I want to group the x to the first power with the x to the first power. So I'm going to write down plus 30x squared minus 18x squared. And then in the next thing I'm going to write down is 42x minus 30x minus 42. So if I have a 2 by 3, in other words, I'm multiplying a binomial times a trinomial, I should have 6 terms. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do. What do we do next, you guys, if you were to guess? I have to combine like terms. So I'm going to figure out what 30x squareds are minus 18x squared. So think of like holding 30x squareds in your hand. I'm going to take away 18. How many do I have left? 12. 12 what? 12x squared. And it's a positive 12x squared. Now we're going to do the same thing over here with my x's. I have 42 x's. I'm going to take away 30 of them. How many do I have left? 12. 12 x's. And then everything else just comes down. So we're just going to say 18x cubed and then minus 42. And that is the answer. Do you guys have any questions on that? Okay. So I'll leave that up there for a second so you